could Toji Zenin hunt Taro Sakamoto? Originally, I was going to make this similar to my Chainsaw Man Gauntlet video, but I feel like No Operator and Ronin have a video that executes that pretty well, so feel free to go and check that out. And instead, I figured why not talk about a one-on-one scenario, that being obviously Toji versus Sakamoto, as not only is this matchup being thrown around on Twitter a lot, but it is about two verses that I do like to talk about, so I figured, hey, why not? So like how I usually do these battles, I'll be going over both character stats and abilities and go over who exactly would come out on top in a battle between the strongest assassins. To start off, let's talk about the hunter himself, that being Toji. Despite his lack of cursed energy awareness, he was able to become a physical monster thanks to heavenly restriction. This allows Toji to now gain access to monstrous physical strength that allows him to physically beat down disaster curses like Dagon, the same guy who can create islands with his domain expansion. Now, a lot of people just like to use this and say Toji is simply island level or mountain level because Jogo can create a mountain, but I don't think it's really that simple. You see, Toji himself beat down a Dagon whose domain was being contended with, and he already focused all of the power of the domain on the others. Domains as well are mainly hacks based, like they are constructed with your cursed energy, but they do have different properties that attack the opponent. It's not just like an AP thing, so I can't really say because Toji beats up Dagon he'd be able to like take Moria's island splitting punch or something. That just doesn't sit right with me. Even things like Maximum Meteor, which was calculated to be around small city level, was stated to be able to hurt 15-finger Sukuna. A weaker version of Sukuna would go on to scrap with Maki, who by this point is pretty much on Toji's level. So I can't even say that Toji is city level in terms of AP and durability. But what I can say is he would definitely upscale from feats like, let's say, Mekamaru's Blast, which has been calculated to be around the city block range. We also have Finger Bearers flexing out their cursed energy and being able to emit out town levels of energy. Concretely, Toji should be at least city block level, but I don't think there's really anything consistent to say that he should be higher. And before any of you call me hypocrite because of my other videos, I have weaker characters than Toji scaling to higher levels. Again, the domain stuff is not as clear cut as you guys think. Like, do you honestly think Toji is just gonna like take Jogo's domain and just like flex off lava literally burning him alive? I'm on fire! Like, let's be real here. JJK is not a verse where if you are stronger than someone, you just automatically can beat them. Anyway, as for speed, in JJK, there seems to be really two interpretations in the community regarding speed, and that's you either think the verse is really slow and Toji is barely coming out at Mach 3, or you think Toji is faster than lightning to potentially light. And I am here to say that Toji at his best and being a little generous, I definitely can see him being a lightning timer potentially. However, that light speed stuff does not sit right with me. For one, Sukuna probably aim dodge Kashimo, and Kashimo does not shoot fucking FTL beams. It's kind of more consistent anyway, since we have characters like Hikari being able to barely put his arm up instead of his head against Kashimo, and Maki being able to seemingly block lightning from Sukuna, and Toji blitzing Nue in the anime. These feats, along with the Maki bullet dodging one, should grant Toji combat speeds ranging from Mach 100 to potentially over Mach 1000. And before you guys even talk about the Mach 3 stuff, for one, this was a nerfed Maki, so Toji doesn't even scale to this. And two, Gege himself even admitted this statement was kind of dumb, so. But again, being a little generous to Toji, which I do feel a little generous towards him, since I was being a little mean towards him in the AP section, I will say sure, he can put up his guard against a lightning bolt potentially. Now, when regarding his arsenal, Toji is a simple man. He has his curse to carry his soul split katana, his chains that he can use for range, and even a gun for worst case scenario. He also has that spear that can neutralize cursed energy, and obviously given his experience as an assassin, he's not only physically gifted but can fight at all ranges. And my god, look at that man's back. Pause. With the Toji section out of the way, we can now talk about the retired GOAT of the assassin world, Taro Sakamoto. Even before becoming the GOAT, we see his ability to turn anything into a weapon being something very deadly within the verse. Whether it be gumdrops, pins, or pencils, bro is able to win the fight by overwhelming them with the unique fighting style that only he really utilizes to the fullest. Another unique trait of Sakamoto we see is that he pretty much knows every weak spot of the human body and can hit acupuncture points which allow him to defeat his opponents without even damaging significant organs. Like most assassins as well, he can sense and emit bloodlust and anticipate moves from his opponent. That's really all the main things to note when regarding his abilities, and I wanted to mainly talk about these first since this is Sakamoto's most interesting factor in my opinion. And the rest of the scaling for Sakamoto is very cut and dry in contrast to Toji's, who has a little bit more controversial stuff. For AP, we just have Fat Sakamoto scaling to a building level explosion and even fighting a part who is capable of tearing down large buildings, along with characters like Haruma, Osaragi, and Hio causing collateral damage to choppers and buildings. This should put Sakamoto at least in this tier of power, with him maybe being higher in his prime, as he upscales from pretty much anyone in the verse by that point, since he's the greatest assassin, including Takamura, who's turning buildings into pieces of cheese. That's really the limit of Sakamoto's attack potency though, since we still have yet to see a lot of the crazy stuff in the manga that could potentially make him stronger, so we're just gonna have to wait and see for that. But speed is a little different, since there's actually a little bit more interesting stuff to talk about, since we have two main interpretations for the speed scaling. You either think Sakamoto is decently in the double digit Machs, or you think he's light speed, which is actually a thing. You see, the first interpretation comes from him being able to blitz a bullet with a fork at very close range, which comes out to around Mach 40. Mind you, this is Fat Sakamoto performing these feats, who's at least 30% weaker than his prime, meaning roughly a skinny Sakamoto going all out should be reaching over Mach 100. And the light speed stuff mainly comes from Sakamoto's fight with Kanaguri, where they are just reflecting the lasers and evading them as they are fighting each other, which in my opinion at least is a lot more valid than the radio wave light speed Kashimo meta, where Sukuna more than likely is just aim dodging the attack. I personally believe this is fine to use and it's more valid than light speed JJK, but regardless, I'm going to get those comments saying, oh my god, how can Sakamoto dodge light, he's fat and old. And that's usually how it goes when I say a character that isn't Goku is light speed. I mean, come on guys, it's fiction, metas can change, future is now. With that aside, let's now talk about the match itself and how these two will approach one another. In this alternate reality, Toji Fushiguro is tasked to take out the retired hitman Taro Sakamoto, who's currently settled down from his assassin life and is living the family life. This leads to Toji finding Sakamoto's store and would walk in as if he's a customer. He would buy no more than a pack of gum before attempting to shoot Sakamoto, and as Sakamoto seemingly falls back, like he was actually hit, Toji would jump over the counter only to see Sakamoto perfectly fine as he has bulletproof glasses. Sakamoto would then send Toji flying before he immediately recovers, which would allow these two to eye each other down and lock in. The battle would begin, and due to being in the Sakamoto shop, Sakamoto here actually has the advantage. Toji is ridiculously more powerful, but with Sakamoto's speed and skill, Toji is having a really hard time trying to hit him. Sakamoto should have blatantly better reaction timing, and since the store isn't really a free area either, this could allow Sakamoto to use items around himself to distract Toji and catch him off guard, which I definitely think is possible. Especially if you talk about Sakamoto going skinny and hitting Toji's weak points, which in this case would not only allow Sakamoto to do damage to him despite the huge power gap, but if anything, all Sakamoto really needs to do is use an acupuncture strike on Toji's hand, disarm bro from the soul split katana, and straight up cook bro with his own weapon. Now this does seem very risky, especially if Sakamoto isn't on guard, but I do believe 8 times out of 10 when these two interact, this will more than likely happen, and honestly it's just in character for Sakamoto to use what's around him to his advantage. And after quickly realizing he can't harm him and having the speed advantage, he would really have no other choice but to do this. But I will say, if you downplay Sakamoto's speed and wank Toji a bit, he's probably just cutting him down with one slash of the soul split katana, or just uppercutting him will do the job. He doesn't even need the soul split katana. However, in my opinion, when it comes to both versus speed metas, Sakamoto is usually hypersonic or light speed, while Toji is either scratching hypersonic or just barely weaving lightning. It's also worse for Toji since he doesn't sense bloodlust, or he hasn't really shown the ability to use martial arts unlike Sakamoto. So bro can not only see everything Toji is about to do, can turn anything around him into a weapon, but he can hit any vital spot he feels like that Toji would have no real counter to. Like I said, Toji could win, but I'd give it to Sakamoto more times than not. So to answer the question, no, the sorcerer killing anomaly that is Toji is not killing Fat Boy Sakamoto.